The facts are glaring. The right people will never find their way to that position, because when you have governors that are hell-bent on controlling local government, all the local government, why do you have a ministry for local government of chieftaincy affairs? All what they do is to just, I want to say it very categorically, is just to use the funds for the local government, funds that are meant for developmental projects. They just find their way to the pockets of individuals. We cannot allow that. It's not about the law. Nigerian laws are perfect. We have never allowed the law to even try to even work. Rather, we always call for amendment. When we amend it, the same set of people will not allow the law. People making argument. Look at INEC. They conduct election for state House of Assembly members, and nobody is saying independence of the state. Even at that, you now have state houses of assembly that are under the control of the governors. They dine together, they receive directives from the governor. So this is the one that even INEC has conducted, and we has some semblance of a fair and credible, there's some element of credibility in it, yet they are always at the beck and call of the governor. I don't think in Nigeria there's any state of assembly that is truly independent and that have been performing their function in that line, in the sense that they are supposed to be exerting check and balances on the governor. The executive, the legislature, they are supposed to provide that check. But in the context of what we are today, state houses of assembly are under the control of governors. There's nobody is even saying anything. In fact, willingly, they are refusing constitutional amendment that will give local government autonomy. They refuse to vote for it. So it's not about saying that the laws are okay, the people have not been implemented. We have a structural problem. Power corrupts absolutely when it's in the hands of a single individual. The governors are one of the most powerful set of individuals that no matter what you want to do, they find a way to always intervene, manipulate the system, and abuse the system. So if you have the national now coming in, if you look at the constitution, for the fact that we operate a federal system, the state government, the federal government, they are intertwined in certain areas. The federal government, because the security is an exclusive issue, those clamoring for state police and the rest, we have seen what governors can do when you give them enormous power. So if you now continue in that line, we'll continue to have this same problem.
But even at the federal, they belong to a particular party. Don't you think that can also influence, you know, the participation of INEC in it?
Our clamor is not only against the various state election commission, even INEC. We want a holistic implementation of the UWES report. But the actors, the politicians in power, they don't want it. They know that if elections, look at all the innovations being made by INEC, but we don't see that. When elections were conducted, the recent election, people were expecting the get results real time. And unfortunately, as the other speaker talked about, the lawyers, which I'm part of, we are equally culpable in a way, in the sense that the fact that you have laws that are not being implemented is a big challenge. The Attorney General of various states, even at the national level, has that enormous power, has that responsibility. Then the courts, how far have the court gone in terms of judicial activism? If state houses of assembly, national assembly refuse to make law, if you make judicial pronouncement, sound judicial pronouncement, it will compel them to now implement and amend the law. But we don't, over time, we tend to stick to interpretation of the constitution in a literal context. We should go beyond that. People should be compelled to do what is right.
Okay.